from all over our region, this is Kaleidoscope. For years, capturing the good news, interesting places, and remarkable people doing their best. This is Kaleidoscope, presented by the Pennsylvania Great Outdoors Visitors Bureau.
Hello and welcome to Kaleidoscope. I'm Sarah Cameron. Coming up, down the river in Elk County we go. Love to fish? Meet the man who's turned his lifelong passion into a fishing lesson down the Clarion River. Have you heard about this? A sensory trail in Cook Forest, making the woods available to literally everyone. Join us for an informative walk. Plus, one of the most unique golf courses in PA and one of the most beautiful places in the state. But first, we are taking to the river in Elk County. Don Cameroni is a lifelong fisherman. And by lifelong, I mean he started fishing at 3 years old with his dad in Wyoming. They enjoyed the outdoors, the water, and the thrill of the catch. Now, as an adult, he's still fishing with the same passion by sharing his stories and techniques with people from around the country. His guide service in Elk County is Brown Trout Addiction. And for Don, fishing is an addiction that he cannot get enough of.
So that started with my dad out in Thermopolis, Wyoming. When I was 3 years old, he used to take me up the top of the island, set me down to fish, and he would go below in case I fell in, he could pick me up. That's a story my mom always told us. It's been a lifelong journey for me. It started when I was young. We lived out west, and then we moved back to Pennsylvania, and it continued here, and it just grew over the years and got to the point where I wanted to share it with other people. So I'm a natural gas worker. I'm a pipe fitter by trade. Been in the industry for about 20 some years now. I do love it. I enjoy building things with my hands. You know, it's a great career. It's provided a great lifestyle for me. But my passion has always been the outdoors, and fishing being one of the main things. Don't really have anything that I could dedicate it to other than it's just been born into me since I was young. You know, nothing really changed my life that got me into it. It's something I've always done. And it's taken me to different levels of it. You know, I've started out where I was bait fishing, and then I got into fly fishing and streamers and nymphs, and learned all different technical techniques that I enjoy sharing with different people from all over the country, really.
First I thought something was following it.
Got him. We like to give the opportunity to catch a trophy that a lot of people don't have or know about in the state of Pennsylvania. We take a lot of pride in Elk County and fishing these local streams and rivers, and it's pretty amazing what Elk County can provide for an outdoor enthusiast. We do a lot of drift fishing, so it's just rowboat fishing. It's usually about 7.5 miles. Depending on the technique and water flows. Early spring, we're running a lot of big streamers, and that trip can run you about 6 hours, maybe 8. Now, springtime, flows have dropped. We're here in late April, mid-April, and we're gonna be focused on nymphing. A little different technique, a little more technical, focused on the hatches and the different aquatic life that these fish feed on a daily basis. So today we have a guy up from the Harrisburg area. His name's Jaden, primarily a streamer fisherman. And it's getting a little late in the season, but we're gonna give it a go. He's got some nice meat to throw. We'll focus on some of the faster water. And if we don't pull anything, we'll probably switch over to nymphing and maybe even run an indicator today. See what we can pull.
I recently just met Don on Facebook. He reached out to me. I figured out that I met him actually about 1.5 years ago. And he reached out to me asking for some flies and asked if I wanted to do a drift trip. And ever since then, we've been good friends. And I just try to get up as much as possible. I love fishing with him. It's like a release almost. It gets me out in the environment, away from the video games, because that's what I used to do in high school. I just played video games all the time. I was lazy. And I picked up fly fishing, and I fell in love with it right away. It's almost like my release. Gets me away from life and everything. I love everything about it.
Most people choose Brown Trout Addiction for the simple fact that I've fished this river since I was 11 years old, and I've put a lot of time in. I've been doing a lot of things to make the river a better place, better environment, getting it cleaned up, picking up garbage we find along the stream banks, anything we can do to just promote a better habitat. When it comes to the customer side of things, I mean, most of them wind up being friends by the time we're done, you know, and we stay in contact and, hey, how's things going? Have you been catching fish? And it's just really nice the people you meet and the friendships you make on the water.
Don is a great drift boat operator, honestly. He gets you in the spot, he gets good riffles for you to fish, he puts you in there. There's big fish to where he takes you, it's awesome.
We're hoping next year to be having a fly shop put up in Ridgeway, PA, so that we can take care of some of the anglers that are local and ones that come into town. The closest fly shop is about 20 miles from here, so it's difficult sometimes when you run out on the river to get what you need. So I feel like that would be a great opportunity for the locals and the tourists. We work with a lot of different clients, so we ourselves learn new techniques. There could be somebody from California, Wyoming, they're all over that come here, so it's pretty interesting to see the different styles and techniques that other people use as well. So I kind of gather all that information and share it. And we just recently picked up our CPR for youth, so we're focusing on children. And we're trying to get, you know, the youth more involved in teaching them fly fishing and what they can do to get out here with their parents and families and enjoy the river.
I just love putting a fish back that I know that somebody else has an experience to catch again, because that's the beauty of it, is catching a big fish, enjoying that fight, and knowing that you fooled a wild, smart fish just like that. It's awesome to me. I love getting out and seeing fish that other people have caught, I get to catch. That's the best part about it.
The wild browns in Pennsylvania just hold some colors that are like no other. It's really spectacular. And to catch a trophy like that and be able to release it back into the wild, such a special moment. It's addicting. Once you get that first big fish, you know, it's something that always continues.